take this, replace it with this, earn this, and make a difference. In this video, I'm going to be talking about a brand new altcoin project that allows you to earn passive income from a new commodity-backed token. That's what I'm going to be talking about in this video.
Take the first step towards online privacy. Get NordVPN.
Now, before I get into this, I want to let you know that SPECTRE.AI have bought some of these tokens of this project that I'm going to tell you about. Now, this will be of particular interest if, like me, you're an SXDT token holder. Hi everybody, this is Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto, filling our pockets with crypto profits. This is a new altcoin project that I am very excited about, and I personally am going to be getting the tokens. But just because I'm getting them doesn't mean that you need to be getting them. Remember, you got to do your own due diligence and check it all out. And in this video, I'm going to give you a broad overview of this project and let you know how you can participate. Our story begins with oil. Oil is the most used commodity in the world currently. We need it for our modern lifestyles. And how do we get it? Well, we drill it out of the ground. We get it out of the ground. But that causes all sorts of problems when those oil wells are no longer financially viable. They're not producing enough oil to justify their ongoing usage. So when the price of oil drops or those oil wells dry up and it becomes really, really expensive to extract the oil, then those oil wells are left abandoned. But abandoned oil wells cause problems. You can't just leave them lying around. And they're expensive to maintain. So when oil and gas companies go bankrupt or stop taking care of their equipment, their wells fall into the state's hands. It becomes the state's responsibility. Now, the Environmental Protection Agency estimates there may be more than 1 million of these orphans scattered across the country. And I'm actually going to show you something that's going to say there's a whole lot more than that. In 2018, the state legislature of Colorado approved a tenfold increase in funding for cleaning up these orphaned wells. And then states like Alabama and Ohio have also followed suit, as has Pennsylvania, where the Department of Environmental Protection estimates there could be over 500,000 of these abandoned wells. Now, these abandoned wells, they are polluters. They can serve as pathways for methane, radon, brine, and other hydrocarbons that can migrate into shallow groundwater aquifers, people's homes, or into the atmosphere. And they also release methane, which has a global warming potential that is 86 times greater than carbon dioxide over a 20-year time frame. Now, I'm going to have the link to all these articles and references in the description below so you can check them out for yourself. But not only are these abandoned oil wells polluting, it's also really, really expensive to clean them up. This article says that Texas taxpayers were left holding a $117 billion bill for abandoned oil wells, and that's just in the state of Texas. Now, this article estimates that it's going to cost over $300 billion to clean up over 2.6 million unplugged onshore oil and gas wells in the United States. So what they got to do is they got to plug them with a concrete steel to stop the hydrocarbons and the other toxins from leaking out. Now, this map, which I've magnified quite a bit and it's a little bit grainy, shows how many wells there are in North America. So in these green areas, you got 1 to 50 wells per 100 square miles, and the red areas you got over 1,000. Now, these aren't all abandoned oil wells, but this is the potential. This is the number that eventually could end up orphaned or abandoned. It also gives an indication of the revenue potential from this project. And we're just talking about North America, never mind all the other parts of the world where there are orphaned wells. So how do you generate revenue from these? Well, you do what Uber did or what Airbnb did, which is they took existing infrastructure that wasn't generating revenue and worked with it in such a way that it started generating revenue. So like homes, spare rooms in people's houses, or cars that weren't being used. So this project is going to take these orphaned wells and start generating revenue from them. How's it going to do that? By replacing those old, abandoned, expensive pumps with these small, miniature, low-impact, solar-powered, modern pumps that are way more efficient, way more cost-effective. So if you reduce the operating expenses and you have minimal capital expenditure, then the oil that's left remaining in the ground, well, it actually becomes profitable to drill it and then bring it to market. Now, this is a screenshot of the patent for these low-impact solar-powered, environmentally friendly pumps, but they still need to be built and placed. You have to find abandoned oil wells to install them in, people to install them. So there's a lot of investment required. And this is where your Bitcoin and ETH come in, because from that, those oil wells can begin to generate some of this. How? Through purchasing the Solar Oil Access Token, SOAX token. It's an ERC20 token. It has another token in this project, also an ERC20 token. Well, the first thing you do is you click on the link in the description below. That's an affiliate link. That takes you to the website. You go through the website. Make sure you're really, really clear about what this project is. You read the white paper, which is very clearly written and lays it all out. I'm only going to be giving you a brief overview of the whole project. And then after registering via my link, you set up a free account. You purchase SOAX tokens, and they're at 10 cents each. You have to buy a minimum of 200 SOX tokens, and then you can stake them, and they earn you these ones, solar oil production tokens. Now, these represent the revenue that's generated from those orphan wells. So the more oil that's produced by these orphan wells that are using the new pumps, the more SPS tokens that you'll earn. Now, the whole process is done by smart contract. It's completely transparent. It's on the Ethereum blockchain. Oil that's produced will earn you SPX tokens. You can then hold the XPX tokens, or you can take them to an exchange and then redeem them. So every barrel of oil that's produced generates one SOPX token. And every day this production is reported to the Solar Oil platform, and it results in the automatic issuance of SOPX tokens. Now, the amount of oil produced can fluctuate from day to day, but they reckon about 300 to 500 barrels of oil per day. And that's shared out by the numbers of SOX tokens that are staked and thus allocated towards that particular project. And I'll show you how that works in a moment. Now, the more SOX you have staked, the more SOPX you will receive. Now, the value of the SOPX token is pegged to the global WTI price and is valued at WTI times 0.6 with a minimum of WTI minus $14. So if the price of oil is $50, then the value of the SOPX token is times 0.6 of that, which is $30. If the price of oil increases to $60, then the SOPX token price also rises, and in this instance, it will be $36. If oil price drops, then so does SOPX price. A stakeholder may hold on to the SOPX tokens or receive the equivalent Bitcoin on ETH or ETH according to market prices at the time of redemption. Tokens, SOPX tokens that are redeemed this way are then burnt. Now, once you've used my link to register, this is what your dashboard will look like. And you can go to token purchases. You can purchase the SOX tokens with Bitcoin, ETH, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Cash App in dollars, Zelle in dollars, Wire and other options. You put in the amount that you want to purchase like that, or you can type it in. It's 10 cents per token. And then once you have your tokens, you can stake them. You do this by adding a staking contract, select a portfolio, mid-south shallows, and you can allocate, in this instance, a total of, I think that's 8.8 billion, I'm not going to bother to read it all right, to this particular contract. The project already has about 1 million contracts. You can have more than one contract. Now you can allocate, 100,000 SOX to this project, 100,000 SOX to that contract, 50,000 to that contract, and then you'll receive SOPX tokens based on the amount of oil that's generated from the different contracts. Now the SOX tokens stay entirely inside this platform. The SOPX tokens, you can take them, you'll be able to sell them on different exchanges. You'll also be able to convert them to SOAX if you want to reinvest, compound your investment that way. And each contract that you stake has a life cycle of 10 years in which you'll receive revenue. Now, why 10 years? Well, because eventually these oil wells will run dry. There won't be any oil left. And what the project doesn't want is for you to be staking your tokens on projects that are no longer generating any revenue whatsoever. For those of you that are SXDT holders like myself, you may be interested to know that SPECTRE.AI have purchased $200,000 worth of SOAX tokens, and they're going to be staking those, but also compounding 70% of them. And the portion that isn't reinvested is going to be used to buy back SXDT every month. That is good news for SXDT holders. Now, in my opinion, that is a vote of confidence by Kay Khemani and the rest of the team at SPECTRE.AI in this project. So that's it. Have a look at the website. Make sure you go through all this. Let me know if you have any comments or questions below the video. And between now and when I see you next, please keep filling your pockets with crypto profits. This is Crypto Rich signing out. All the best. Bye-bye.